What's up, y'all? We are out here at the range again. As y'all can see, it's another testing day out here. So as you can see here, we got our testing contraption set back up, got the chronograph, we got 2 blocks of gel here. I got them melted back down so they're nice and clear so we can do some nice testing on here. Now we're changing gears a little bit on this one. We've been doing a lot of 9mm testing lately, a couple other little things, but mostly a lot of 9. So this one here, we're going to do some 45 ACP on this one. As you can see, we got the Rock Island 1911 chambered in 45 ACP out here. So we got a longer barrel this time too, 5-inch barrel on that, of course. And our main purpose out here today is we want to check out these Hornady Critical Defense. Now these are 185 grain, 45 ACP. They got the FTX projectile in them. I'm sure pretty much everybody's familiar with these Hornady Critical Defense. A lot of people shoot them out of their 9mm. One of their big claims to fame is anti-clogging through like clothing and barriers and stuff like that. So we're going to test these out and see how well they do on the bare gel. And for a kind of control here, we got a 230 grain. This is just a regular old Remington UMC jacketed hollow point. Now, like I say, it's 230 grain, so it is heavier than this Critical Defense. But the Critical Defense in 185 is all I could get a hold of. So, and I didn't have anything lighter than this 230 in a standard hollow point. So, main purpose again, like I say, is to check the performance of these Critical Defense. So we ought to be all right to do that anyway. So let me get y'all set up, and then you know what time it is. Alright, y'all, let's do a chrono test. Y'all know the drill on this. I am going to change things up a little bit. Normally I've been doing a 5-shot average on this chronograph to get the speed on these. I think that's a little excessive for what we're doing here. Number one, it's just wasting a bunch of ammo unnecessarily, especially these hollow points. And number two reason today is I actually only had a handful of these UMCs. I've only got 4 of these suckers, so I don't want to screw up and not get the gel or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut this down from now on to a 2 or 3 shot average on this speed. I think that's plenty for our purposes. So I'm gonna do 2 unless there's some extreme difference in them, and then we'll do 3. So let's see what we get with a 2-shot average here. Here we go. This is the Remington UMC 230 grain hollow points through the Rock Island 1911. 834 and 810. So we're going to keep that at 2. So let's see what the 2-shot average is on that. Alright, that gives us a 2-shot average of 822 feet per second for these 230 grain Remington hollow points. So let's test out the Hornadys. Alright, let's check out these Hornadys. These are the 185 Hornady Critical Defense with the FTX tip on them. I'll tell you what, man, it's hot out here today, that's for sure. Here we go, we'll do a 2-shot average on these to keep it consistent. $975 and 1,021. So that was definitely faster, but we expected it to be. It's a lighter load. So let's see what the average was. All right, the average on the Hornady FTX Critical Defense 185 grain was 998 feet per second. If you remember on the Remington UMCs, it was 822. So we got a difference of about 175 feet per second there. So it's a pretty significant difference on it. So let's see what difference that makes in the gel. Alright, y'all, we're going with the Remington UMCs first, the 230 grain jacketed hollow point from Remington. Let's get at it, man. It's jelly time. Here we go. Alright, shot a little lower than I wanted, but I think we still stayed in there. Alright, y'all, I just about underestimated the penetration of that round and didn't have my camera set back up far enough, but I did. I moved it back a little more because I don't know if these is going to, being lighter and faster, if they're going to penetrate less or more, but we're about to find out. So, and I did remember last time I shot this thing, I was shooting a little low on it, so I'm going to try to aim up a little bit more, but I think we got a good shot on that one. So here we go, the Hornady 185 grain FTX Critical Defense through the 1911. Man, I almost went in the same exact track with that, but I think we got enough separation. Let's go down there and check it out. Alright y'all, interesting results on this for sure. I almost got in that other track, but I guess that's actually perfect. That's about as close as you can get without getting into it. That gun's shooting a little lower than what I'm used to holding, but anyway, we got it done here. So look at the differences there, y'all. I mean, a big difference. That bottom one was the regular Remington UMC 230 grain. The top one was the Hornady Critical Defense 185 grain. Big difference. I mean, as far as the wound channel, they're almost exactly the same kind of feather in there. Both of them look excellent. Both of those wound channels really nice. It's hard to pick up because they're running together, but I'll give you a top view too. Neither one of them are bigger than the other one. Both those wound channels are absolutely excellent. And look at the additional penetration that we got out of that UMC, y'all. I did not expect this. Now granted, it's got a lot more mass, 230 grain versus 185, but I thought the speed would actually make up for it on this Hornady. This 230 grain stayed straight as an arrow, still facing forward. This Hornady is actually almost completely turned around backwards now. Y'all tell me, which one would you prefer? I mean, I'll be honest with you. From what I'm seeing here, even with that tumbling, whatever you want to say about that tumbling, I'm going with this 230 grain Remington UMC all day long, man. There's not even a question here. My main purpose of this one was to kind of look at it and see, is the price difference justified? Because I'll be honest, during normal times, this Hornady Critical Defense is about double the price per round of these Remington UMCs, because these are just basic old green box UMC Remingtons, nothing special at all. The ones that come into 50 round boxes, hollow points. So y'all know these Hornadys are almost double the cost of those. So to me, looking at this, no way is it justified. Now, like I say, we got different weights there, but if I got the choice between this 230 grain or old Remington green box and this expensive Hornady 185, I'm going with this 230 all day long, let me show you a top view of it just so y'all can get a better look at the channel there. So it's hard to differentiate between them. The Hornady's a little bit to the right if you're looking at it, the UMC to the left, but as you can see, it stopped there. That UMC kept on trucking. I'll give you a measurement here in just a second, but I mean, that's a huge difference. And the wound channels are virtually identical. The Hornady's not a bigger wound channel or anything. Now, as you can see, it did turn around backwards. The UMC stayed straight as an arrow. So, I don't know. Y'all tell me, which one would y'all rather have? So, on the penetration distance now, I also want to say, on my last 9mm video, I was mistakenly saying 12 to 15 inches on the FBI standards for this bare gel penetration. It's 12 to 18 inches. So, both of those 9s on the HST versus the Punch, both of those were in the range. So it's not 15, y'all, it's 12 to 18 inches. That was my mistake, and I had already uploaded the video before I caught that. So anyway, let's see what we got here. The Hornady Critical Defense is exactly 10 1/4 inches. So according to the FBI standards, that under penetrated. So you got 10 1/4 inches on the Hornady. On this Remington, we've got actually 18 1/4, so right there within range, 12 to 18, and this is 18 1/4 on that projectile. Like I say, the Hornady again is 10 1/4, so I don't know about that Hornady. I mean, so far it ain't looking like it's definitely not worth the price difference. But let me dig these projectiles out and we'll take a look at those. All right, y'all, we got our projectiles here. Show y'all what we ended up with. Got the Hornady Critical Defense here, and the UMC, Remington UMC here, the 230 grain versus the 185. So as you can see, the Hornady did open up to a little larger. I measured these, and this is an 1/8 inch bigger diameter than this here is, and I'm sure you can see that on camera here. I'm sure that comes through on camera. 1/8 inch bigger diameter on the Hornady. And then the Hornady was tumbled around backwards also, but you can see that UMC retained a whole lot more mass. Of course, it started with more, so that stands to reason. But that's what we're looking at, guys. Both of them expanded excellently, and even with this extra little bit of diameter on the expansion, I'm sticking with my opinion that all things being considered, I would go with this 230 grainer myself. Now, if I could find the Hornady in the 230 grain, that may be a different story. It may penetrate just as far and get the extra expansion. But with these two projectiles right here, I'm going with this UMC. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. All right, y'all, another jelly test in the books and another set of interesting results, I think. Again, I got to admit, this was not what I expected, really, to be honest with you. I expected with that, with the lighter weight and faster speed, that Hornady was probably going to penetrate deeper than that 230 grain UMC, but I guess it ain't all about speed. You got to have some weight behind it also, as y'all saw. Which one would y'all prefer? If you had the choice out of those two projectiles right there only, you couldn't adjust the weights on them, what do you think? I mean, I think it's got to go to the UMC. Granted, the Hornady had that little bit of 1/8 inch extra expansion diameter, but it didn't seem to make any difference on that wound channel. The wound channels look nearly identical, and that UMC penetrated way on out there, man. I mean, it got on out there. It performed better than most of the 9mm I've tested so far, to be honest with you. That thing really did something nice. And for the price difference, like I said again, these rounds are vastly different in price in normal times. Those Hornadys are about double the price of those UMCs in normal times, because you're getting 50 of those UMCs versus 20 of these Hornadys, and y'all know the price on these things. They ain't cheap at all. So let me know down in the comments, what do y'all think? Which one would y'all go with if you was running 45 ACP? Reach down there and hit that thumbs up if y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed. I got plenty more of these coming. Like I always tell you, man, I'm really hooked on these gel tests, and I got plenty more stuff happening. I'm getting ready to throw some little added twists in these things here pretty soon, so y'all stay tuned for that. Check my Amazon affiliate link down in the description. I always ask you, if you buy anything through Amazon, do any of your shopping through there, we do get a little kickback from it from the channel. It don't cost you anything extra. We just get a little bit off of a little bit of commission they pay us, and it's very little, but it does add up, so I really appreciate that, y'all. So again, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Y'all stay tuned. We got plenty more coming. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.